Okay, hi, my name is Paul, and we are here today with the incredible ventriloquist and artist Don Bryan.
Ah, incredible, you say?
I do say incredible because I've seen your work. So we're gonna
yeah.
So this little video is about. It goes along with your book,
Right.
and this is a bonus, if you like, where we're going to show you some video of Don's carving techniques and also lots of photos. So do you want to just?
Right. So thanks, Paul. Okay, so folks, starting to build a puppet is a project that takes a few months. I like 3 months for me to build one. The beginning process are sketches and drawings, which you'll see in the presentation later on. But this is the beginning here. I thought I'd show you this. It's a block of basswood, which is the preferred carving wood. As you can see, I have created a face on here. He's kind of an Einsteinish kind of looking guy. This is for a client of mine. I'm going to start carving on this very soon. So as you can see, you got a block of wood. That's what you got, and it's quite intimidating when you first look at it. How do you, what in there exists, this creation, and it's up to me to try and get it out. Put it that way. So what we have in this video and these clips that we're putting together is going to show you the process step by step. It's dealing primarily with the head carving, the hands, carving of the hands, and the body construction. There'll be more information later on in the details of fitting the mouth, installing the eyes, mechanisms, and so on. But right now we're just going to deal with the beginning concept of developing a puppet character, working on the block of wood. How do you do that? This is what we're going to look at now.
Sounds great.
So let's get into that.
Can I ask you a question about this?
Yeah.
Now I noticed on the block of wood you've got this side profile.
Yes.
On both sides, right?
Yeah, but this is more kind of experimental, trying to establish, the correct face form. Now you see this is not quite right. On the side is not quite right. Doesn't quite match up with the front, but that's okay. So I sort of have to mess with it. I'm not so clever that I can translate that easily. I have to sort of get an outline, guidelines, and then I start essentially working by cutting the profile. So I use a bandsaw to cut the profile.
Okay, right.
All right,
great.
And then that would be the front profile. Then once I've established that, I would go to the side profile and rough cut that.
Yeah, and it's all in the book anyway. So.
It's all in the book.
Yep.
Bandsaw, a big 12-inch bandsaw is critical. You can do it all by hand with a hand saw, and that's the way I started in the early days. But bandsaw is really a big help. It makes the work so much easier. And then you go from there, rough carving, and then from rough carving into more detailed work, and then you go into the finishing work, which means hollowing out the components of the head.
Sure.
This is, as you can see, would be the front half of the head.
Yeah, right. That's the front half. Yeah.
That's the front half.
Yeah.
Then there's another piece of wood that is the back half.
Yeah. And we'll see that in the video. I remember watching
that
it.
in the video.
Great.
And then there's usually on top of that, it depends on the head design and how big it is, but usually I'm working in a 4x6 block format.
Okay.
4x6 inches, and this one here is about 14 inches long. Usually a 12-inch block is enough. And with usually most puppet faces I find end up in around the 5-inch size, but I always get a 6-inch piece if I can, and that gives you a little margin for error and to experiment with. So that's the beginning of it.
Sounds
good.
good.
The rest of it will be on the stuff that Paul's going to put together for me in my video. You guys will enjoy this, believe me.
Enjoy it.
It's a project that you'll be very proud of. No matter how it turns out, you'll be way ahead of anybody who thought about it and never did it. You actually will do it, and it'll turn out just fine. It's a creation of the process creation. It's the journey, not necessarily the end result. Yeah. To quote an old saying.
That's great. Well, enjoy the video.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been puttering, trying to get things looking like a face
but it's really slow going. And I'm finding that the more I do, the more I feel like doing. I guess that's one way of putting it. See, I got to even up the sides. So this is a little device I just created, which is on this little bench stop, and then I made this block with you know, a little piece of rubber in there, and it's holding it really well.
That's great.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. You got to hold it in place, I guess, as you carve.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. How was the skiing? Okay, drilling out the back of the front piece, the head, the main part of the head. I'm using this drill that I mentioned earlier in my notes about, what's it called? There's a name for it, but anyways,
It's in the book.
It's in the book. And so what I've done is I've set up the drilling pattern that I want to use, and also marked on here with a piece of elastic rubber tubing so that I don't go past the 1.5 inch depth.
Did you drill the holes in the eyes?
And I did, yes, I did.
Just get that on video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
You can see that? Yeah, that'll allow me to watch the depth so I don't go too far in the eyes. And this caliper will help me determine how thick I am.
Do you want me to tell you how thick you are?
How thick I am. That's how much is there.
Yeah.
So there's lots of room, and I've got it set at 1.5 inches right now. So we just keep drilling and until I'm down to about where I want to be, and then I start gouging out with this scoop tool, which is a new item I just acquired. It's actually made for people who like to carve spoons. Yeah, it's a spoon carving tool, but it's also going to be a head carving tool when I get in here. This is going to be a perfect tool. I haven't had one of these before, not this style. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to keep going here. I notice that this drill, it blocks up, so you have to keep resetting it all the time.
Can you just say that? So this is the back of the head here.
Yes, that's in the rough carving stage. Still not down to size yet, but it will be shortly.
And it's the same process to hollow that out.
Yeah,
To hollow that out.
And then what I'm going to be doing, which is something I started doing, is putting wood doweling in. Now that's where it was going to be a wood dowel going in here. There's going to be one here and one here. And then they match up, of course, to the holes that are going to be here. So when you put this together and you glue it, you can actually, before you glue, you can actually put these pieces together and continue carving to get the shape more perfect before you actually glue it together. But this gives you a way of actually having the two pieces together while you work on them, and you can still pull it out. So So anyway, I've been puttering, trying to get, you know, things looking like a face, but it's really slow going. And I'm finding that the more I do, the more I feel like doing. I guess that's one way of putting it. See, I got to even up the sides. So this is a little device I just created, which is on this little bench stop, and then I made this block with you know, a little piece of rubber in there, and it's holding it really well.
That's great.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. You got to hold it in place, I guess, as you carve.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. How was the skiing?
Right, so we're going to take a walk into my outside carving shed. Not really a shed, it's just a canopy. It's raining, so it's nice to work outside. I prefer it compared to the basement. So, okay, so here's where I'm at right now. This is the inside of the head, obviously. All those holes, those are drill holes in order to remove a lot of material quickly. And then I finish carving with the chisels, which is
or which are my chisels. As you see, I have quite a selection of tools. I like using hand tools. I don't do a lot of power tool work other than a drill. So that's where we're at right now, and I'll keep you posted as I make progress. Right, so getting into this here a little bit. The thing to remember is when you're working with chisels, and particularly on a piece this size, just considered fairly large, it's more than a whittling project. You take off small amounts at a time. Don't try and take out huge pieces at one time. It's better to go a little here and a little there, and just keep tapping away and chiseling out the extra material. It takes time. I think I probably spend close to 280 to 300 hours actually carving a figure, not just carving the figure, the hands and the head, also the building of the body. And there's some carving involved in that, but obviously not that much. I'll talk more about that later. The body is hollow. It's a frame made up of wood and aluminum. And sometimes I use scuba diver wetsuit rubber to cover the body frames. Works well. Okay, that's it for now. Later. All right, so here we are. I have one of my draw knives, pull knives, and I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit how this works. They cut as you pull or push, in this case pull, and they're handy for curved areas, particularly like what I'm working in here. Inside of masks and bowls, this type of tool is very commonly used by the native carvers. I don't use them that much. I find them, I'm just not used to them, but they have their use, and I still prefer the standard European push chisels. That's my preference. Anyway, thought you might be interested in seeing a bit of this. Yeah, right. I'm going to go back to my chisel. Yeah, this is better for finishing around sides like this, for example. Okay, so enough of that. So, hi there, enthusiasts. Thought I'd share a little of my latest carving development. This is a puppet that I'm working on for a guy who is, well, he's learning ventriloquism from me as well. And he wanted something original. So I decided, okay, we'll make you a character. So this is the process, all right? So the face, as you can see, is pretty much formed the way it's going to be. The hole in the front there, of course, is a guide. So as when I'm working in the back, I know not to go in too far. Same with the eyes. Those holes give me a marker as to how far in I can go. Now, yeah, and the jaw, by the way, that is completely taken out, and a new jaw is crafted from a separate piece of wood and fitted with the stump, or if you like, the stick, the handle, for the controls. That's how this works. So I'll keep you posted on progress, and we'll see how this guy turns out. Thought you might be interested in seeing a little of the process. Thanks. So this is the hollowing out process. The head This is the half section of the head, the front, right? And then the back is filled in with another piece on top. But in order to finish off the inside of the head, I have to drill to begin with. I use a drill to take out most of the material and then chisel my hand to work it down closer to the front. It's a labor-intense process for sure, and it gets tricky as you get further in because you do not want to break through the front of the face, obviously. So that's how this is working right now. Let you know more when I do more. So here we are at this stage. I've hollowed out the front half of the head, as you can see. I have created the opening for the mouth, which has to be carved and installed separately. The back of the head now looks like this. Okay, so that was a day's work messing around trying to get that nice and tight and clean. And of course now I'm busy fitting in the eyeballs. Now this is just a tester wooden ball. It's about 23 millimeters in size, which will be the custom-made eye eventually. So you can see that it's almost perfect. It needs to be a little more refined, but that is the sockets for the eyes. Okay, so we're making progress here. I used these knives I was talking about earlier, the draw knives, right? They were great for carving inside. These are the native carving tools that I referred to. And it takes a little bit of practice to get them working well, but they are perfect for scooping out inside. All right, so that's what we have right now. I'll get busy and get the mouth ready and show you how that's done. So that's my new friend coming along. A little bit missing a few parts.
Give me a kiss.
Okay, you gotta give him a kiss.
Over here, come here.
Oh, that felt so damn good. Yes, I know.
Why don't you tell these people a little bit about yourself? They know which one's the dummy. Just
Ventriloquists have been entertaining audiences of all ages since the early 1800s. Today, audiences still enjoy the magic and wonder of a great show. So how does it work? What's the big secret? We caught up with one of the world's best, a Vancouver local, to find out.
My name's Don Bryan, and this is my friend. Can I do it? Yeah, can I tell them who I am? Yeah, you may. Sure. He's always taking over. All right. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What was the question? We're introducing ourselves. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so you done your... Yes, I've done mine. Okay, you are Don. Right. And you are Noseworthy. Right. I'm Noseworthy. They call me Noseworthy because I got a big nose. Right. I can smoke a cigarette in the rain and not get it wet. How's that? Yeah, kind of corny, but I guess it'll do. Sure. Mm-hmm. The whole show's kind of corny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't help. You have to practice, you know. You start with the alphabet. Okay. The alphabet, yeah. Canadian alphabet. What does that mean? You know, longer. Yeah, A, B, A, C, A, D, A. What's happening? Right, yeah, right. Get it? Got it. Yeah, so the easy letters in the alphabet you practice because you don't have to bring your lips together to pronounce the vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, right. E, I, E, I, O. No, A, E, I, O, U. Right. Okay, all right. E, I, E, I, O. No, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, all right. What is your problem? Loose vowels. Oh, yeah, loose vowels. That's disgusting. I'll just lower your standards.
The relationship between a ventriloquist and his dummy is an important one, which is why Don makes all of his dolls himself. Don has a workshop in his North Vancouver home where he has created over 25 dummies, starting when he was 15 years old.
I start usually with a block, like something like this, and sketch out the character. This would be a torso. It's actually a body mold. So that's clay inside, and then the rubber on top. And this is one of Noseworthy's earlier leg experiments. It's actually a shoe last, when they used to build shoes on, you know. Nicely shaped, a little heavy, but this is the technique I use. Simple as it looks, there's nobody doing that. Everybody has a puppet that sits on their knee with dangling legs, looks like the puppet had a stroke, you know. Everybody has a little different way of doing it. Some ventriloquists like to work with this finger. Some like to have the trigger in the front. I prefer it here.
How are you? I'm kind of cold.
Cold?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Sing, yeah.
What are you going to sing?
I ain't got no body.
That's a start. The appeal, I think, is in the novelty. The unusualness of it, also marveling at the spectacle of a puppet that seems to be alive. And we know for a while that it's just a puppet, but you get sucked into the illusion, you participate in the fun, and you accept the character without having to just sit back and say, oh, it's just a kid show. It's not. It's a highly skilled art form that has quite a long history.
Yeah, it is not. Okay, don't argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut when I'm talking. You don't keep your mouth shut when I'm talking.
Yeah, fine.
Whether it's building a dummy or creating its character, at the end of the day, ventriloquism is about having fun. The question is, who's having more fun, the audience or the performer himself?
Probably more than anything, I enjoy making people laugh and having fun and bringing the character alive. It's really important to me that I can create a personality, a character, and have it entertaining. I'm not anywhere near as entertaining as...
Thank you.
Yeah.
About time you recognize that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, without me, you'd still be doing seances.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're scary.
I know.
Yeah. I've been here for 6 years. I know. I hate it. I really do hate it.
Keep quiet.
All right. Thank you.